Tower of God, episode 6. We're gonna break this episode into 3 parts for the most part. We have the Rahal, the positions in battle, and we have the Anak. And the timestamps will be right there, and right there. So if you want to skip the other parts, you can. But we're gonna start with Rahal.
I don't know. She just confuses the crap out of me. Because in the beginning part of the episode, she's like, "Please, don't tell him who I am. Otherwise, we'll be each other's weaknesses if we're together." And then later in the episode, I'm going to have a dream about him getting a bunch of friends and leaving me behind in the darkness. What do you want? What do you actually want? Like, I don't understand.
That's what I think it's showing, like, she wants to be with Bam Bam Bam, but she rather it's her dream, rather Bam 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 will suffer if he's with her, something in that nature. Like Kun says, you'll be hurt more than he would if you were to come along on this journey. So it's like, she wants it, which is what the dream sequence is showing. Like, this is what she wants. She wants it, but what she wants isn't what she's given. And what she's given is, you got to follow this path. Sorry. That's how I interpreted those 2 scenes, at least.
I guess, but I feel like, I mean, she did watch him turn into pure Shinzo, right? Like, he's not exactly a
Did
like.
you just call it Shin? Did you see
whatever
Shinzo as a kid?
Shinisu? I forget what it's water powers. The water powers. Sorry.
Oh, Jet X Shinzo. Jesus Christ. Sorry. You probably don't even know what Shinzo is.
I don't even what. I'm sure it's something.
It's an anime from back in the day, like 4Kids days.
You know what? That might have been where I delved deep into the recesses of my brain, to be honest, because I used to watch 4Kids anime. But anyway, I mean, she watched him be a pure force of power. It's not like she thinks, or at least she shouldn't assume, that he's completely weakness. I mean, we're given little hints throughout the episode that he has pretty immeasurable power, and he's at least stronger than a few of the other people in the classes who are struggling to do the things that he's doing with their version of magic. So,
yeah, I don't know, mate. Like, if it's a power thing or not. Like, why? We don't know the reasons. I'm trying to think of reasons right now. It's the things coming to mind is like how she has weakness is like sense of, do you want to go hunting with your wife or something? And it's like you and your wife on a hunt for a bear, or would you rather go hunting with like some random guy, but not random per se, but like I'd say I'd rather go hunting with like the random guy that's for my job than my wife. Here's the thing though, because it's like it's more of the way she's describing it. It's like she will be afraid if he gets hurt, then it's fucked up. Like, what's she going to do? She has to protect him. Same way with Bam Bam Bam. He sees her. He's going to put himself in a situation where he has to make a bad decision. So, if that's the case, then if you're with your friend from work that you don't really care about or something like that, then if they start getting hurt, you're not going to do something dumb. That's how I think her logic is going.
And if that is the logic, that would... Okay, I'm not going to say it makes sense. I just say that is the logic behind it, because if it was my wife going on a deadly quest to get her wish, I would sure as shit want to be the one supporting her, because I wouldn't A, trust a rando, and B, if I learned she got hurt or killed because the rando wasn't good enough, who's to blame besides myself because I let her go on this dangerous endeavor without me?
Which is
at least if we die together defending each other, you know.
I like that you brought that up, actually, because Bam 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 did say, like, because it's obvious that Bam 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 realizes that it is Rahal, and he's like saying, all right, I'm gonna get stronger. Like, even though it's kind of that's what Rack and Kun kind of put in his head, but it's not like they're not manipulating him. They're just like, get stronger.
I thought for sure they were gonna go the manipulation route for like a hot sec, because he said the lie, and I was like, oh, Kun, no, that's gonna bite you in the butt later. But then 30 seconds later, they're like, no, he knows. Bam 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 knows it's a lie, and he's like, you know what? Fine, I'll try and get better, and maybe she'll accept me then. I'm like, I'm just glad. I hate miscommunication or errors in communication, things that lead to tension down the line, because it's usually things that's like, if I had just told you up front, and things that you and I would definitely talk about, you know, and have no reason to hold back from each other, but later down the line, someone dies or gets really hurt because I was like, I didn't want to tell you. I hate stuff like that
Yeah, no,
so
like,
much.
it's more of the sense of you hate, like, oh,
Oh,
let me leave words unsaid because reasons type of deal. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it, to be honest, either.
eh, oh my God, that was such a big thing. Like when we were growing up in like the '90s, like tragic miscommunication. If only she had said, or if only he had said this when they were together, and they had no reason not to. But whatever. I
Yeah.
I digress. I'm glad they didn't do that. That's very good. I like that. Bam 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 is progressing, and
Bam, bam,
it's
bam.
all good. Bam Bam Bam.
All right, and that's pretty much with Rahel. She eats a lot of chocolate bars too. Like, she was
I
smashing
know.
on those chocolate bars. That's the last thing that comes to mind for her.
And she left them there for at least 2 days, I think.
Yeah, when
Go
you
through multiple classes, and they tell them to go rest up. So she's got the same chocolate bars on her floor for a couple days. So she messy.
she,
She messy.
she don't clean her room. She don't clean her room. And now, the positions in battle. So to go through the positions, we have 5 to be precise. We have
Mm-hmm.
the fisherman, the spear bearer, the light bearer, the scout, and the wave controller. Each
Mm-hmm.
one. So fishermen's they fight at close quarters at the heart of the battle. The spear bearer, they control and kill enemies from a distance. So for those two, the fishermen, I'm assuming, are Annak and Endorsi. That's why, like, during that last exam, they didn't say specifically if they were, but that's my assumption at least. And the spear bearer, obviously, Rack. He has a spear for one,
You got a spear.
and he's in the distance class. And the light bearer, I assume, is someone that illuminates the dark tower with the lighthouse and gathers and distributes information about the situation. Which maybe Kun, that's what he's doing, maybe not.
Yeah.
And then you have the scout that investigate their enemies' movements on the front line, which is Shibusu. I think Hats is a part of that group because I wasn't sure if it was Shibusu that needed to get friends or if it was Shibusu and Hats that needed to get friends there.
They both did. They were both in the same class.
So they're both scouts. And
yeah, because he was trying to get, the Kuwabaro's grandson is like trying to really, really hard to make friends, and then Hot screws it up every single time.
And then we have a wave controller, which is the director of battle who provides support and controlling the combat situation. So the director of a movie, they're leading the charge, kind of. So that's Bam Bam Bam's one.
Yeah.
Lore, the sleepy guy, whatever you pronounce his name, is one. And then you have Ho, who's the one angel guy. His name's Ho. So, and he is a Ho because he gets jealous of Bam Bam Bam.
Oh my God.
It's like, oh, Bam Bam, you got to protect the weak, and then he can't even make a little bubble. Hey, I digress, but we pretty much this part get our positions.
I can't get over the fact his name is Ho. I'm sorry.
We now know how the fighting is going to kind of commence if you're in the tower, which means you need 5 people if you're going in the tower as a group.
Potentially.
Potentially, that's true. Potentially, which if I had to make an assumption of our 5 main, Kun, Bam Bam Bam. I don't think it. I guess I'll throw a Knack somehow is going to be a part of it.
For sure. She got a backstory. She gets to be a main character.
Either Shibusa or Hats, and then I'm trying to think. I'm missing one group.
You're missing Best Boy.
I'm not. No, Best Boy. It says Shibusu. Yeah. I'm thinking
Rack.
Rack. There we go. Thank you. Rack.
Dude.
You can't say Best Boy and then I say Shibusa. Then I'm gonna get confused because Rack is second best. He's the best alligator.
The true Best Boy. What do you mean? Oh my God.
So what are your takes on the kind of like the power scale, not power scaling, but how power is going to commence?
Classification things.
Yeah, the classification.
I love how most of them are water themed, which I guess kind of fits into their magical power being water. I don't know, like it seems like it's one of those tropes. It's like, well, every a lot of anime, like you almost have to have classifications for your different type of fighters to put them into, or at least to funnel them into, so it makes more literary sense. But some of the things that, like the position of scout, when I think of scout, even though their description is a little bit different, that doesn't really make sense on a PvP level / small group level, especially on the stuff they've been doing so far. Scout would make more sense on a large scale,
I don't agree on that at all, actually, because you're putting powers into this. Don't forget, you really need a scout before you. We just watched Cleve Near's episode. They didn't really scout the guy before they kind of confronted him. They just went in for the fight, and it's like if you had a scout to say, you don't fuck with this person. We cannot win this fight. This guy's power is beyond yours. this you need a scout like that, which I don't even think that's the scout's job. I think that's more of the no, that is a scout. That is a scout. Lightbearer also gives
Yeah.
information too. So it's like I get a little
So why do
confused.
they have two jobs that do relatively the same thing?
That's what I was gonna say. Like maybe I assume because they illuminate the Dark Tower, the more distribute information about the situation might be a little different compared because the scouts giving frontline information to the fisherman. So when they're on
Right.
the front lines, it's more maybe during this thing they're paying attention to the fight, while the light bearer is like safely behind enemy lines giving information.
But then according to their power, like to their classification system, the guy in the back line is the guy who's committing the Shibisu because he's controlling everything.
Yeah.
Or he's in the middle row controlling everything. So really we only have two people out front fighting, quote unquote fighting, the other and the two guys analyzing, one guy directing.
Hey, it's a set.
And
You got your actors, you got your DP, you got your director. You know, you got everything you
I
need.
guess
You just need.
maybe it's just because I don't play games that much. I play like I don't play that kind of stuff very often. I play Rome Total War, and it makes more sense to when you do scouting. It's to scout, a large body of individuals. If you're doing it at that moment, you failed as your job as a scout. Because you let the enemy come so close that now you're in battle, and now you got to make decisions on the fly. And if you're making decisions on the fly in the battle, yeah, you could be a really good scout and get it done, but you want to know that information beforehand. I would want to know the information beforehand from my scout. It's like, hey, did you find out what the enemy troop composition is? What their weaknesses? What are their strengths? Oh no, we're just gonna do it tomorrow when we fight them.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Fine. We might die. That's fine. Okay, cool. Let's go. You know what I mean? But that's just me. Other people might like it. I played Overwatch for like exactly 3 rounds, got my ass handed to me, and then decided I'm just gonna play with not this game.
I guess I'm back to the disagreeing. I don't play Overwatch. Don't get me wrong. I don't. But like more of the you need one person very good at the skill to do one thing compared to everyone being good at the same thing. I prefer that so much more because then you have way more tactical fights than Dragon Ball Z fights, which I love Dragon Ball Z, but it's like I'm stronger than you, so I beat you. You have more fights of I need to understand how this person works. As I think it's described as rock paper scissors. I might have scissors, you might have paper. I cut you down, but let's say one of our friends has rock, and their rock is on your side. I'm destroyed now because I was scissors, and you're alive because of that. I enjoy the power.
As long as we're in the group.
Yeah, as long as they're in the group, but
as long as we're in the group. What happens when they break them up eventually?
That's the idea of the tactician. Let's say it's 2v2. No, let's go 3v3. There's a group has a scissors rock paper on each, but one's a better tactician, so now he's able to get their rock against your scissors during a fight. Comparatively to them, they pretty much give advantage of the situation. They're like, here, this is going to put us in advantage. That's my take on the power scaling and how the power system is going to work, and I'm fully down for that. Like I said, it might not be that at all, but that's my assumption.
Do you think they'll cross teach him because Bam 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 needs to learn some sword skills?
Yes, for sure. Because even we saw if Kuhn's a light bearer, he fucking destroyed the one guy that what's her name, Endorsi, kicked in the face. Like he destroyed him too in a fight 1-on-1. So it's like it's showing you don't really need to be. You can do all 5, but you need to be good at one thing. Like if you're working a job, you need to be good at that one thing, but you still need to be multifaceted and do multiple other things and still be adequate at it.
Yeah, I like being a jack of all trades as opposed to being just the specialized, but that's how I play things. Boom. Most of the time.
So
which that kind of leads us into they're in school now apparently.
This is a school arc for the first for 2 episodes. We're getting a school arc.
Yeah, maybe I missed that part where they explained that we will be helping you develop your skills to complete the tower as opposed to your skills should be good enough to complete the tower in the first place. Maybe I missed that. I mean, it is in Japanese and I'm reading as I'm watch reading, so I might have missed that part. I just thought that was a little odd because their administrators are helping them do better.
I mean, they are administrators. And since they're recovering, might as well. This is probably the next test almost. Like, hey, you need to you got here. We're not gonna let you just fucking die when you're trying to climb the tower. At least give you
one administrator did.
Yeah, one administrator. Everyone's a different person.
I was about to say the one guy, he definitely let 200 people just get 400 people. It was 400 dead.
That's we can move on to the third one if you want to. What are you about to say?
Oh, I just wanted to mention that Brock is so flipping dramatic, and I love it. He got intimidated by the one guy beating him at the spear test because he couldn't even make the throw, and the one guy just does it, knocks it out of the park, and he's just like, and then next thing we know, we're reading a note. He's like, I must return to the wilderness, and it's a super dramatic shot of the wind blowing and him going into the desert. I'm like,
it was a great delivery too by Kuhn, just describing it, the shot, everything.
Oh, it was he's a gem. He is comedic gold. Oh,
we learn that Bam 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 and every single person that is a wave controller needs to make a contract on every floor they go on. As far as I remember, if it's every floor. So every floor you need to make a contract with the guardian or something in that floor, and it was a giant fucking snake.
Yeah, I know that. I was like, whoa. Yeah.
And the snake said, for you, this isn't a contract. It's a shackle. Which is saying, hey, I'm holding you back. I ain't here to stop. You got to be held back, which is insane.
I know, it's like limiters. I'm like, yeah, I mean, because in the last episode, we watched him turn into pure energy. I'm never gonna I can't let that slide. Like, he literally turned into power itself.
I read it was a mistranslation in the comments, but I forgot what
really?
It was a mistranslation of from the comic to the anime. But I'm not sure what the mistranslation was again. I have to look back at the comment.
Okay, well then that's on them, because now I'm being misled. Because I'm being a good boy and not reading the webtoon. I am holding back. I'm being good.
I'm going to read the webtoon when here's the issue with everyone listening. I'm reading One Piece from the beginning. I've started 2 months ago. I knew of One Piece. I didn't start it. I know of arcs. I like seeing a lot of things with One Piece, but I was like, I'm gonna read it from the beginning because we're in quarantine, and I'm on chapter 400, so I still got 500 to go. And then I will start reading Tower of God. I just don't want to read Tower of God and One Piece and then have to throw One Piece on the back burner, because I just got past the merry-go, and let's just say I cried for the merry-go. Back on Tower of God though, because I don't want to cry again. But yeah, so just a quick note for the positions in battle. Like, Bam is needing to be held back while others are probably getting power from this, or we don't know if they're getting power, but they're getting something probably in positive, while Bam's is being held back by something that looks like a strong ass being.
If anything, I think that's probably right, because Rack couldn't hit the target at the beginning, goes trains, can hit it in the end, but Bam 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 is able to make that sphere of energy pretty easily. He's like, oh yeah, I got it. And then then Devilman over there is struggling with something half his size. So it probably is that he is just really OP. He just has to learn to control it and or limit it so he doesn't hurt anyone. Which the girl he hurt, she forgave him. That was very interesting. That was no grudges, nice. No vendettas.
Battleground. She's like, that was the battle. I also didn't think Bam 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 made the deal with Anak. I don't remember him saying, yo, this is a deal. But guess it was.
That was the thing. That was the thing. He did not. They talked about it. I don't remember a handshake or because that's usually the most you can get, because they don't do this for whatever reason. There was no bow. She just took the sword. Yeah, because he didn't technically lose.
Yeah, that's like me going to you if we were playing bowling and saying, hey, if you don't get a strike right now, I'm taking your house. And then you don't even say anything. You're just like, that doesn't seem like a good deal. Why you want to do that? And we talk about it. Yeah. And then but you don't agree to. You bowl, you don't get a strike. I'm like, I'm taking your house now. What?
It's more like someone on the other lane throws the ball, it hits a strike in my lane. She's like, or misses all the pins except one, and it's just like, I'm still taking your shit. What? I didn't agree. What? You can't do that. What?
This is America.
This is America.
But
can't steal my.
But oh my gosh! I just opened Minecraft. Oh no! Oh no!
Don't delve into the rabbit hole, man.
I gotta close Minecraft, guys.
Come back.
Oh shit. Okay, close.
Yeah, that part bugged me a little bit, but I'm sure he'll get his sword back.
He'll get it back. Or I mean, it's not even his sword technically, so he'll get it back.
I guess, but the sword was even talking to Anak and being like, yes, I only work for men. Come on. And then the sword threw shade at Kuwabara's grandson, was like, no, not him. I need a good looking one.
Which is, Shibusu is cute. Man, I wanted to, she needs to respect Shibusu, but I say but a lot. Jesus Christ. But so the last topic we're going to discuss is Anak and Endorsi, or Endorsi. Like I said, I'm just going Endorsi for this episode. But we see their fight, and we get a lot of information, such as Endorsi is a true princess of Jahad. We get learned for a fact now that princes of Jahad are recruited to represent capable tribes and families. We learn that Anak is an orphan from the actual Anak, so we don't actually know Anak's real name. But we're just going to call her Kid Anak, and you have real Anak. We learn that Yuri is possibly over 500 years old, or around, maybe not 500, but like 300. She's at least in the hundreds of age.
You think? Because, I mean...
Oh, yeah, for sure. They bring up, in the last 500 years, Yuri's the first one. And just going off of that, I am calling that she's at least 100 to 200 years old. I don't think you say the last 500 years in that line if she isn't at least older than 100.
Or did they mean within the last 500 years, she's the first Jahad to be chosen? Within the last 500 years.
It could be either one, but I think I'm going to go with she's old as fuck. I'm just going.
Okay. Again, watching, sometimes I miss little things like that. But yeah, that's interesting. I think we guessed that they were chosen.
Yeah, we guessed that part. Like, they were chosen. They weren't really sisters. We got that part. Check mark. I mean, we missed a lot, but we got that one.
Look, it's like miss, check. Miss.
20%.
It's still a Brown season, man. It's still a good season for the Browns right there. We got 1 in 5. It's fine. That's all that matters.
But we learn also Anak's main goal is to kill every princess of Jahad because of her mother's death. Because they don't tell us why her mother died, or if even Princess Jahad were for sure killing her, because the cook, Anak's husband, grown Anak, died, who was a good cook. He made the greatest chicken pot pies, if I'm correct, was the food. They murdered him for it. They said, fuck your chicken pot pies, you piece of shit. How dare you cook a chicken pot pie, not
only for Anak's mother. How dare you?
Yeah, you are the best chef in the world, and you're cooking chicken pot pies and this piece of shit. So, they murdered him.
That it was Anak's sisters. So, I don't know if they're princesses, but they killed.
Yeah, so. Yeah. At least that's what Anak know. We're going off of Anak.
What she told us. And we know so far that could mean many things at this point.
There's another reason why I think they're old, because they, maybe it's just a word phrasing that they use, but we have Endorsi calling Anak's mother her niece. If you want to look back, she says your niece in that, so.
Could be oldest not. I think we missed like a small detail. The swords talk.
Yeah, what do you mean?
The sword talked. Black March talked.
Yeah.
When did it do that?
It did that. What?
No, I don't remember it talking to flipping Bam 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 ever.
Because it didn't. She didn't talk. It seems, in the sense of, but you saw, the spirit's there.
Yeah, but this time in this episode, it literally talked. It had lines. I watched them scroll across the bottom of my page.
Why is that so surprising you? There's literally a spirit in there.
Because I thought it was more of like a thing. I didn't realize. Oh yeah, I'm gonna hold the sword. And it's like, hey there, hi.
Wait, you thought it was a spirit? Like, you thought it was like just Bam 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 that saw it?
Yeah.
I mean, Yuri and them commented on it. Remember, like during that episode, the first episode, Yuri and Evan are like, oh, there's a spirit. Like, yeah.
Okay, yeah, but most of those like mythical connections with your thing is like, I have a real connection with my sword.
This is anime. Like, what do you mean? It's like Zamato, Shaman King, Bleed, like
how many of those talked?
Every single one of them.
No, I meant actual talk.
Every single one of them.
No.
Like,
No,
yes.
no, what? I remember watching Shaman King. That's different. His weird transitional sword thing wasn't the thing that talked. It was the spirit that talked to him, not the
The
actual
actual weapon
sword.
talked in it too. Yes, I am.
What?
Why is this blowing your mind?
I don't know why. It just hit me. I was just like, it just caught me out of nowhere. I don't know.
Oh, but back to the episode. Anak is pretty much outclassed because Endorsi is fucking her, not fucking her up, but like when Anak's like,
Toying.
I'm pretty great, I can do this. Oh, you shocked I can trip you up, and then she just says, grabs her shoe and is like, bop.
Boom. And then she had to sit there and contemplate life. She got hit so hard, she just kind of laid there and just. All I can think of is like the scene in Avengers when Loki gets like bashed on back and forth, and he just kind of like lays there. That's kind of what she did, but with more dignity.
With more. But
Because then she literally she just goes, "My mother was like she literally just gets all dramatic and then goes into her backstory." I was like, "Oh my god." But then she gets right back up like it's nothing. So maybe she did it to throw off the one girl / be dramatic. I hope it's both.
I had one more. Oh yeah, there we go. So yeah, the quote was, "Why did she choose?" When Nak was talking, or Endorsi was talking to Nak, she said, "Why did she choose the path of unfortune, my niece?" That was Endorsi's line to Nak.
Ah, okay.
So then,
because for love, that's why people do things.
So
that probably will actually be the reason. I'm not gonna lie, it will be for love.
We find out. I had a quote written down, but I am not finding it right now. Well, two more things I want to bring up. Or actually, three. That's a lie.
Oh my god.
One's Rack. One deals with Hots and Coon, and one deals with back to Anak. So we find out like the way they bring up Anak, and they're talking about the Princess of Jahad. They're like, yeah, Princess of Jahad are like brand name shoes. You just put them on displayed. And I'm just like, damn. So it's like, hey, we're literally
a weird reference.
Yeah, I didn't know if they were gonna say brand name shoes. I'd assume just like we're like a food brand or something like that. It's like, hey, oh, that's McDonald's, that's Burger King, that's this, and that's all we are. We're not like we don't have power. We're just big names that everyone knows.
So then, what does that say about the organization that gives them the title?
According to Anak, they're all imposters in the sense of like they still like they're no true princess of Jahad, which there might have been actual true princesses of Jahad before. So they're just there for namesake.
Could be. It is an interesting comment. One, because it's totally weird, and two, the implications behind it. Is it more like the king is just like, oh yeah, I would like the best of my tribes to be represented by these beautiful and powerful ladies, or whatever, instead of any other reason ever to govern a people. I don't know, but it threw me. It was such a weird comment out of the blue. It's like, we're kind of like shoes, and all I could think of the back of my head was like, Nike or Adidas? What do you mean?
we actually first episode we see a room with a girl standing with all these shoes. Remember that first episode? It's like I'm sure it'll frame. It's a very quick frame. You see it, boom, it's gone. It's like when they show Hots too. I think it's actually her that's in that frame. Endorsi. It's her.
Oh my gosh, that's a deep dive if it is. That's hilarious.
And the last two things is Rack is a full tsundere. The Rack's like, I don't want to see Rack just come in. I'm not coming in because I'm worried about his health. I just want to fight. I'm not Baka. I don't care if you're feeling better.
He will continue to be the best thing on this show until proven otherwise. He is best until proven otherwise. That is how I will forever have him.
And we'll end it all off with Coon and Hots, which makes sense. They're kind of like similar characters.
Oh my god,
similar, but they have that cool vibe to them. And it's like they just like Hots is like, fuck your earrings, bro. Coon's like, you talking about my looks, bro? That's one thing you don't talk about with me.
Take it back or commit ritual suicide. Because that's literally what commit is. Take it back or die.
Gosh.
Oh, I thought that was great.
But yeah, I guess that's we'll end it off here because this is like almost a 35-minute video.
I know for some reason this episode was way more fun to analyze than the last one.
Is it because we wrote notes again?
I don't know.
Subscribe. Hey guys, don't forget to hit that like button. If you're new here, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and if you want like more videos like this, let us know. Other series we should review. Just hit us up. I don't know. We will review anything really. I need him to watch Love Is War still. Get on that. And we will and then we'll end it off right there. Have a good day.